right, starting up. We got YouTube on deck. Salute. Let's get Twitter on deck and get this show on the road here. Okay, I think we are good to go. So let's start it from the top. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. Not so happy Thanksgiving Eve for the New York Knicks, man, because the Knicks would head into Dallas, taking on the Luka-less Dallas Mavericks. And it was a not so happy homecoming for Jalen Brunson and the boys, man, as the Dallas Mavericks just absolutely steamroll the Knicks from beginning to end, from pillar to post. And before you know it, this one was pretty much over by the half, man. Knicks get smoked, 129-114. No defense, no rings. As somebody said in the chat, no defense, no rings, man. It's as simple as that. I mean, we could talk about how early it is. The bottom line is, man, this Knicks defense is just not ready for the big show, man. And you can only be so good offensively every night. Some nights you're going to have to thug it out and get into a dogfight, and this Knicks team is not capable of doing that, man. They're soft. They're porous on the perimeter, porous in the paint. And Dallas just took it to him tonight, man. Pretty simple and plain, bro. 129-114. They gave a 129 to this Dallas team. Good team. A good Dallas team. We're going to talk about that. But without Luka, they gave a 129, man.
You sound concerned.
I'm concerned about I've been concerned about the defense, bro. I've been concerned about the defense.
Is it time to be concerned about the team?
We got to wait and see, man. It's not to say that Precious and Mitch are saviors by any stretch, but they've got to figure out a way to get some stops, man. It's just not the same team. It's not the same team.
They're now, what was that, 10-8?
Yeah.
10-8 right now. So that's 18 games. We're closing in on, 20. And there's still questions about what's the true identity of this team. I mean, I guess it's looking like it's an offensive identity.
Yeah.
It's looking like it's a finesse style identity, but is it going to be a winning identity? Because if this is where their identity is trending, I don't like the way this team does not respond when they get punched in the mouth, right? You look at early on this season, every time that a team puts pressure on them, they fold. Every time that they get punched in the mouth, they fold. And I am not liking the way the lack of response, the lack of physicality, the lack of intensity, again, when they face adverse situations. And to me, those are components that are going to be and characteristics that are important for a championship caliber team. Now, you want to tell me that the expectations are lower and we're talking about a playoff team, then these type of things are not the end of the world. They're not a big deal, right? You want to talk about that the expectations are second round exit or second round team, then these things are not a big deal. They're not the end of the world. However, it is my understanding that the expectations here are at the bare minimum. At the bare minimum, you want to see the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And if that's the case, and the ultimate goal is to beat the Boston Celtics, then the way I'm looking at this team is I'm looking in the areas that we need to be able to beat a team like that. And right now, we don't have that. It's like you said, it's like there's certain things that are concerning, but at the same time, you still want to just wait a little bit. You still want to see what this team is going to look like, fully healthy. You see around the NBA, you still see some other teams struggling, and it's still early, but it's like at some point It's the same thing they're saying in Philly, and the Philly lost again tonight.
Right, Philly lost again. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're gonna continue to be on the patient side, but at some point we're gonna have to see some of the things this team is gonna need in order to be a championship contending team.
Yeah, no question about it, man. And I this one just in doing my research and tapping in with the Mavs all week, man. I just saw a tough game for this Knicks team because I think some people might have looked at it like, damn, no Luka, we should be all right. But if you look at how these Mavs team has played, they play tough, man. They're still deep. They still have all their defenders. The only good defender they were missing tonight was Gafford. You could almost make a case that they're even better defensively when they don't have Luka and Klay Thompson out there. So defensively, they're stout, man. Between Marshall, they have PJ. They've got all these guys out there. Grimes. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of guys. And then on the other side, how about Lively? I didn't even mention Lively. When Lively's out there on the court, it's almost like it's 5 of them out there. Because at one point on the switch, he'll be out there on the perimeter, and then next thing you know, he's contesting something at the rim. I mean, he's that good. He covers a lot of ground very quickly. They are a tough, stout, defensive team. And by the way, Knicks went into Denver and beat Denver in Denver. So did this Mavericks team without Luka Doncic. And by the way, had him on the ropes by 24 points at one point in that game a couple weeks ago. It's a tough team, bro.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they went into Denver and beat Denver. Before tonight, they won 5 of their last 6 games, and they beat the Spurs. They went before they beat Denver. They went to OKC. And they beat OKC 121 to 119. So during this run, they've had some very quality wins, and their only loss in this run was in Miami on the road, and that game had to go to overtime for them to lose.
Right.
And I don't even think they had Luka in that game. So
they didn't.
The team without Luka has sort of like the Knicks of the past type of identity. Tough, grit. Lively, as you mentioned, is a 7'1". He looks like a spry young Tyson Chandler out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Like a slim Tyson Chandler. Had a block tonight, had almost double-digit rebounds. And, Kyrie himself has improved his defense as well. And so it's tough. I understand we were on the road tonight. Kyrie also seems to have major success against the Knicks, especially as a Dallas Maverick. Last time we were there, nobody on the Knicks could stop him. Tonight, he took a lot of volume shots, but he made key shots. He made a lot of timely buckets. And listen, it is a frustrating loss because there's some things on this team that continues to be a concern, and they're more on the defensive side for me. And as I mentioned in the past, offense you can be patient with because offense usually it's rhythm. Yeah. So at some point, sometimes it depends on fit, it depends on chemistry, it depends on system and strategy. Sometimes all those formulas take time to gel. The defense, certain areas defensively here where a lot of us are waiting for Precious and Mitch. But I don't think people realize, CP, Precious is not going to come back and play 35 minutes.
Right.
Like, people are talking as if Precious is going to come back and he's going to be a starter, or Precious is going to come back and be a 40 minutes. Like, Precious is going to come back and play 18 minutes. Maybe he'll hit, like, in the 20 mark, right? Like, and listen, maybe that's enough, because I talked about how on the other side of the argument, that could be enough to create separation and get enough stops, because I don't know with the personnel that's on this team that this team, even fully healthy, is going to be the defensive identity team that they were in the past. Mm-hmm. I think at this point, they're just trying to – you just try to see if you could be middle of the pack. If this team could develop to be a top 15 to 18 range, I think if you can get there, the things will turn around and you'll become more of a consistent team.
Listen, I've been saying it all year, and I'll continue to say it. You're gonna be nowhere near Boston until you can defend. Because as much as everybody wants to talk about the threes that Boston shoots, you got to pay attention to the other side. Harp said it himself. Harper came on and said it himself. A lot of people don't look at the way the Celtics play defense and shut you down. That is why then when they're hitting the threes after they knock out your possessions and then they're coming down and firing away, that's why before you know it, you're down by 20. Quick, fast, in a blink of an eye, that team will have you on the ropes. So that's for the Knicks, man. It's like, bro, can you even get to average right now defensively? And look at the trend. And this is another reason why I was a little bit, nervous about this matchup. It's these young athletic teams, man. The Cleveland loss could have went either way. They should have won that game. The Rockets game. I'm talking about these games. The Rockets, the Hawks, the Pacers. Bulls game could have went either way. The Jazz, and now the Mavericks. They have issues with those type of teams, man. Those teams that push the pace. Young, scrappy, athletic, and can match up well with the Knicks. That was one thing. This Mavericks team, could they match up probably even better with the Knicks tonight without Luka Doncic. It's tough, man.
And I mentioned how I do believe in the NBA. There's certain nights where even coaching staffs and scouting reports are a little bit behind, or they're a little bit I think teams wing it here and there in terms of their preparations, and they just go out there and play basketball. Again, I've talked about the Knicks being a big market team and the personnel they have. They have known players now. They're on national TV. They were on national TV tonight. This seems like the Knicks are still not they're not prepared yet for the understanding of you have a target on you. You have a target on you now. Teams are going to be excited to play you because they know people are watching how this team is going to gel, how this team is going to play. The whole New York Knicks brand is a little bit higher now because of the consistency over the past, 4 to 5 years. You've been a consistent playoff team, and now this year people expect you to take the next level. You're going to get everybody's best shot. And I do think, as I see the way opponents are playing the Knicks, it seems like they're going into the games prepared with a plan of attack. They're going to attack the Knicks on the pick and roll. And surprisingly, but it's on the scouting report, Mikal Bridges is just not responding to screen action.
Bro.
He's dying on every single screen. And Chris Herring, friend of ours here on KnicksFanTV, wrote an article about that, about how that's, the book is out on that in terms of the Knicks, as that being the main strategy when you face the Knicks until they respond. They're going to put Bridges on a bunch of screens. They're going to make him go around the screen. They're going to make him, get back as a trail man, and he is just not responding. And that is a concern because you talk about the Celtics, Mikal Bridges was brought here, CP, for that matchup.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't even, not that I don't care, but I'm not even concerned about his offense. If your defense is not there, I don't know how we beat the Celtics, even if Precious is elite, even if Mitch is elite, even if everyone else is elite. OG and Mikal are here for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And if those two guys are not able to get to that level, then we don't have a shot against the Celtics.
You finish. And then now you're supposed to come in with 2 holes in your defense. Now you get 3. You know what I'm saying? These guys were supposed to help cover for Brunson and Towns. And now you're creating another liability with Bridges' defense. So, it is concerning, man.
And maybe, like I said, it's tough because it's just so difficult to understand from a defensive standpoint that he's struggling this much. And I'm just trying to reason. Is it because they're more focusing on his offense? You saw early on today, they came out with a game plan to try to get him going.
Yeah.
So is that the main focus? Because I do think that teams early on in the NBA season do prioritize certain areas on the floor or certain aspects of their team. They just give more priority to that. And they say, we'll get to this later. Like we'll turn the switch on this later. Is it that Bridges is just saying, listen, bro, I'm not paying 40 minutes a game, both sides of the ball in game 11, like it's, game 1 of the playoffs. like I'm gonna try to fit in offensively. He might have even been he might have been caught by surprise with OG now taking that third option. So you talk about him coming in probably mentally thinking, how am I going to fit in as the third option? It's going to be obvious that I'm the third option. And then boom, OG just went right by him and he's the third option. So now he has to recalibrate and say, okay, now I got to fit in as the fourth. And is that a focus more now? And will his defense come around later? Other than that, CP, I don't know what else I can lean to. You can say injury, but he doesn't look hurt. But his defense, man, the inconsistency. He's playing like one good defensive game a week, and that's just not good enough right now.
Not good enough right now, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and JD on the ones and twos. Knicks lose a disappointing one, 129-114. And it was over after 2-0. I mean, Knicks came out, took a 2-0 lead. Next thing you know, 16-2 Mavs run. And they're playing from downhill. They're playing from behind. So he had 6 Mavs in double figures. Oh, man, former Knick Quentin Grimes with the Dallas mustache and all, putting it on his former team. To add insult to injury, yeah, Grimes embarrassing him. Dinwiddie, the Knick killer. Kyrie, the Knick killer. It was death by 1,000 swords, man.
Yo, that's the biggest frustration of being a Knick fan is I think we could literally have Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard, and Dennis Rodman and Ben Wallace here. And somehow, because it's the Knicks, we're going to make role players and former Knicks. And those caliber players are always going to have career nights against us. They're always going to play well against us. It's just the formula. It's tough, very man. Frustrating night-to-night basis. We give, like, it's always teams breaking records against us. You know, oh, this team hasn't shot over 50% all season. Oh, they play the Knicks. They shoot 52%. It's like,
good to go.
It's so frustrating, man. It's actually, you know, sadly hilarious.
Tough, man. 21 for Q Dot. You had who else on the Mavs? 19. PJ Washington, Najee Marshall. 5 straight games in double figures. He's about to keep Clay on the bench when he comes back. He's balling. He's playing well, and most of his joints he gets it popping inside. He's old school, man. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but he gets everything inside the arc. It's 24 for Najee Marshall. He had 12 lively. Kyrie, 23. And then 21 for Dinwiddie. 8 of 11. 3 of 5 from downtown for Dinwiddie. And then conversely for the Knick bench, didn't have much from Cam or Deuce. Only 5 shots between them, 11 points between them. On a night where he's searching, you know, Brunson had it, but nobody else really did.
And this is going to be the team, I think, where Grimes kind of finds his footing in the NBA.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because, you know, the Pistons with Detroit didn't work out. And and you know, that's an example of sometimes, although the Detroit Pistons of this year might have worked out with JB Bickerstaff doing a very good job with this Pistons team this year. But you go to a culture like that, and a lot of people think it's just all about opportunity and minutes, but you go to a losing culture, and sometimes you just can't figure it out. And I thought with the Mavericks coming off a finals appearance, having some veteran players, they have a nice roster, but also Jason Kidd being a former player, I thought was going to be very important for his confidence. We talked about Quentin Grimes as a Knick. Yeah. He had confidence issues. I think having a head coach like Jason Kidd, I think, is very good with role players because him being a former player and him being on both sides, being a starter, being a legend, and then even, you know, later his career coming off the bench. I think Jason Kidd knows the mentality and the ups and downs mentally that you go through in that type of role. So Grimes had a great game tonight, but the Knicks, man, slow start again, and again, when they've been down like this, it just, you have to lean on your defense. And I understand that they're an offensive team. I get it.
That's the problem. That's the problem, bro.
And that's in the past, when they've had these slow starts, when they had shooting slumps, they were able to rely on their defense just to keep the game within 13, 12, 11 points. With this team, it seems like they get down 10,
done.
You might blink and they're down 20 and it's over.
Done. You're done.
Because they just, even, and you see a lot of times, even when they're scoring and they pick it back up a little bit, which they did at some spurts tonight, you know what happens? They're trading baskets.
They give it right back up.
They just can't get stops.
They can't get stops, bro. Very, very frustrating night on this Thanksgiving Eve. Salute to Knicks Nation, man. We are here, man. Knicks Therapy on the ones and two, CP and JD. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Somebody in the chat said Spencer Dinwiddie is still hitting threes right now. Dwayne Vogel feasting on the three. Logic Bear, $10 Super Chat franchise channel member says, bum night, but hit that like and subscribe and join the franchise channel members for your boys, man. Salute to Logie Bear for that. He says, got to be thankful that we have a place to come together and vent after a bad game. Happy Turkey Day. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We definitely appreciate that. Appreciate the support and the vote of confidence to come through to the number one show for the fans by the fans. Win, lose, or draw, we are here accountable. And, we're going to talk about it, man. Let's hit the Discord. The KnicksFix. Go ahead and unmute your mic. KnicksFix.
What's up, CP? What's up, JD? What's going on, man? Happy Thanksgiving.
Bum night tonight, man.
Bum night, bro, man. Yeah. All right, man. Just a few things I'm going to say, man. I think it has to be said, man. I'm just frustrated with Tibbs, bro. Like, he coaches, like, a specific type of team, right? Which is, like, feed the post or attack the paint. You know, he can't coach 5 out. There's a reason why we won last year with Julius, you know, or with iHeart setting the picks for Brunson to get to the paint. Because once those guys attack the paint, you kick it out and hit the three, right? But what I'm looking with now is, like, there's no creativity, man. It's like no creativity. Like, I barely see pick and rolls with JB and Cat. Once he draws up, like, also too, man, there's a problem with, like you're saying, CP. There's when we play against teams with, like, defensive jumbo wings, they can't. They once they put him on those wings on Brunson, he can't attack the paint. McHale, man, like, put him in the trunk, bro. Put McHale in the trunk. I'm over, bro. He's getting blown by on screens. He's getting waxed on one-on-one coverage. I don't know, man. I think when you look at these games, right, you see on defense, right, Cat is hedging on these picks. He's coming out a bit, then he's got to go back, roll back a bit, and then try to cover the roll man. And if they miss, it's him trying to get the rebound. He can't do it all alone, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the one thing I want to say tonight, man, is, like, we're getting blown out by the Jazz. We're getting blown out by the Bulls. We're getting blown out by the Mavs. Why not just try to see if we can play a big with Cat, if even for just a couple minutes, right? And see what that produces. I don't know, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah. Appreciate the call, man.
All
yeah,
right.
I mean, look, ultimately you will see that once either Precious or Mitch comes back. So maybe now's the time to start. But I don't like, even the offense did come around. At least Brunson's offense and Town's offense came around in the second half. But it's just like JD said, every time they would mount a comeback, they cut it to 19, it's back to 21. They cut it to 15, it's back up to 19. So you can't keep trading baskets, man. You got to get stops. And I thought Brunson was able to eat a lot in the paint, especially in the second half. So I'm not really going to say that offense was the issue. I don't necessarily think it was the issue, at least in the second half. But all game, the defense wasn't the issue for the entire night. And that's how, you give up 129 points to this team without Luka. Even though they're a good team, that's still a lot of points, man.
Yeah, and right now, the whole talk about, trying to switch Towns to the 4 and trying to do it now, you're not going to see that experiment until Mitch or Precious gets back. Because I don't think, he's not going to do a Huck Purdy because Huck Purdy's not even playing when these guys are already out.
Right.
So not only is he not playing, now he's going to put him at the center spot and trust that rotation. He's not going to do that.
No.
And if he hasn't done it with Sims, so what I'm saying, like, that whole experiment, he's only going to do with a quarterback type that he trusts, or that can give you actually, like, there's no point of using a 6'8" Sims to do that. It makes sense to do it with Mitch or with Precious, guys that you actually could see that in the playoffs. I don't think the Knicks are going to experiment in a way where it's like, oh, let's try this with a end-of-the-bench player when in the grand scheme of things in the playoffs, you're not going to really use that lineup. So that's why, when Mitch and Precious is back, you'll see some mixture of that. And listen, when it comes to Tibbs, we're objective here. And right now, I'm focusing on the players, right? Because sometimes I think it's a little bit unfair to get on a coach so early in the season. Right, because as I mentioned earlier, I think coaches sometimes try to throw things and they try to figure out. You do have to give them a little bit of grace when it comes to injuries and just give it a fair shot all around. That's why when it comes defensively, I want to at least see Precious get back. Mitch down the road, although it's getting a little closer based on his rehab. We're already going to be in December next week. So, next thing you know, Mitch will be back as soon as end of December, early January. And I think at that point is when I'll start focusing on the head coach if things are the same way they are today. Yeah. But right now, I'm focusing on the personnel because let's be honest, this personnel is good enough to where they should be better. But if things start to continue to be inconsistent, then I think at that point, then it becomes fair game to look at, above the players and see what's going on.
The hero of the Denver game, 8 points on 3 of 15 shooting, 0 for 8 from downtown was OG Anunoby. Didn't get the 3 balls falling. I thought some of them were contested. And then also on other possessions, I thought it was a good job by the Mavericks defense running him off the 3-point line, making him put the ball on the floor. And once you do that, it becomes a little dicey sometimes when he puts it down. And just wasn't his night tonight for the dog. Off night, man. 3 of 15 from the field, bro.
Yeah. Who's this you mentioned?
OG.
And that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is this is the only as a Knick, man? How do you go from 40 points to I think he went like 0 of 10 or 0 of 12 before.
Yeah. JJ said simple. You make him dribble.
Hey, the Mavericks actually, knew how to play him. They could, because I think with OG is the plan of attack should be, listen, he's going to be on the corners. He's going to be in the perimeter a lot with this starting 5. You got to go straight line speed right at him. Once he touches the ball and you see him that he's about to square up for the jump shot. Because the thing about OG is he doesn't have a quick
It's not
release.
quick. It's not quick.
So he is going to give you enough time. If you are a high IQ defensive perimeter player, OG is going to give you enough time to get to him as a perimeter shot. But if you go full speed, you force him to take it to the basket, then it becomes about, I think, rhythm.
Yep.
Where sometimes he looks, clumsy and unorthodox and it's successful. Other times is not. But when you have a Derek Lively, David Gafford, who didn't play tonight, I think, and I've seen in the history with OG, he struggles a little bit when they play that type of defense on him. They push him off the 3-point line, but that defense also has a rim protector, a Miles Turner, a Derek Lively, like those type of guys. Then OG is caught in a mid-range game, and if that mid-range shot is not there, he struggles a little bit. But I don't want to OD and blow it all out of proportion and everything. He had a terrible night. It just sucks that it was literally the game after he had 40. It makes everything look worse, bro. You couldn't wait 2 more games?
Makes it look worse, man. 10 times worse. Salute to everybody in the chat once again.
40 points. We're talking Kawhi. We're talking the next level. We're talking, and it's like, how the national media works.
Yeah.
You know how this works, CP. When you have a player that you're trying to push into an accolade, you're trying to market him into a potential first-time All-Star appearance. He has the 40-point game, is on all these big-time social media accounts. You have the images, you have the algorithms, you have people talking, but people are kind of skeptical. They're like, okay, he had a 40-point night, but let's see if this is really him. Then the next game, bro, you play like this. You just gave all the ammo to naysayers to be like, nah, he's not an all-star. Yeah. Come on, man.
Could come completely derail my take, but it's one game. We'll give him an off night. We'll give the dog an off night, man. All right, man, we getting back to it. People on the phones, we're going to get to you. We're going to hear from Quentin Grimes after the game. We're going to go through our key stats of the night. Got an action-packed show, man. Win, lose, or draw. Number one show for the fans, by the fans, is on and popping. If you guys are new in the chat, go ahead and type hashtag new in the chat. We will shout you guys out. And we'll get to it, man. Thanksgiving Eve. JBK to H-Town. They were in Dallas, but JBK to H-Town. Go ahead and unmute your mic, man.
Hey, yo, y'all can hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, man. How you feel, man? Were you at the game? What's good, man?
No, I wasn't at the game.
Okay.
But, I mean, it was terrible to watch.
Yeah.
Tonight, was one of those ones where, like, we need somebody to talk crazy in the locker room like Malik Neighbors did because they play soft. Like, somebody got to say it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was just they really
who's gonna call him out? You know, Hart
I
keeps
don't know,
saying
Josh Hart.
Well, Hart's saying it ain't time to panic. He said he's gonna lead the panic to us. You know, every time they bounce back off after a loss, he takes a shot at Knicks Twitter. Oh, yell, panic. We ain't panicking. And then they come out and throw up a stinker. So he's not the one that's gonna send the locker room address. JB's not the one that's gonna send the locker room address. Cat's not the one that's gonna send the locker room address. Who's the guy?
True.
Who's gonna address the locker room? Where's Taj? Somebody call Taj on the phone. Call him in Charlotte. Bring Taj in the locker room when they go to Charlotte tomorrow.
That's a fact.
Sneak him in there and be like, yo, man, talk to these dudes, man.
Yeah, because somebody needs to do it, man. Because it's just because you just got to build up those habits. Because I know it's not time to panic, but you just want to build up those habits for the playoffs.
Well,
like right now, you just.
Well, you know, not to cut you off, but it's funny that you mentioned time to panic. I was just talking to Harp about this yesterday. The Mavs had players and coaches come together just 2 weeks ago. They gave up a game-winning dunk to John Collins in Utah. Jason Kidd and the coaching staff in Utah at the Delta Center. Film session in that locker room. And right from that loss, they won 4 straight. Then they lost to Miami, and now they won a couple more in a row now.
How many times we hear that? We hear of a players only meeting, and then you pull out 5-7 straight.
Yeah.
Like, it's not time to panic, but it's time to get things in order. So I just think you just need somebody to speak up and talk crazy. And then, OG had 40 the other night, right?
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
And he had, like, come on. So first off, so he had 8 points tonight. Like, we talking about he probably the next all-star.
Yeah.
He might be Kawhi. And then he messing up my whole underdog ticket. I'm thinking underdog not doing their Googles, man. They gave him 18. I said, oh, that's easy money.
Yeah, they gave him 18. I didn't take it, though. I was like, I don't know. I wasn't so sure.
I took it. Fool's gold. Fool's gold. I took it. And that was the only one I lost. I'm down 100. So, OG, if you a listener, please email me that bread, bro. $100 to JBK to Houston. I would greatly appreciate that, my brother.
There you go.
I hope y'all have a great night, man. This was a crazy one, but it's a long season.
Hang in there, man. Hang in there, man. It's just one of those ones, man.
I appreciate y'all taking my call.
Yes, sir. JBK.
Yeah, we had to take a guess. Who you think would step up to the plate in the locker room and get tight? Tyler Kolek?
It's got to be one of the roommates, man. The longest tenured. It's got to be, he got a captain.
But like, who could you see doing it? Like, there's one thing who has to do it. Who could you like? I could low key see Campaign try to do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I can see that.
Because I'm looking at the candidates. I'm like, Precious seems like he's a little quiet.
Nah,
he's more on the court.
It's roommates of pain. Roommates of pain. That's it.
I feel like Mitch would be. It depends on what type of day it is.
No way, bro. No way.
Because Mitch will do it, but not to the team. He'll do it like on the side. Like,
he'll do it on Snapchat.
Like, yeah.
Mitch will send a subliminal story on Snapchat, a whole verse going at you.
Like, these guys are playing too much, man. Y'all too soft.
Yeah.
Like, that's how Mitch do it. But, like, I feel like, seriously, I feel like Campaign might be the only one to, like, the smallest guy on the team might just step up and be like, come on, guys. Like,
might be.
Because other than that, it would be Josh Hart. But I think for Josh Hart, it's going to be later on in the season when it's like, all right, listen, Mikal, you came in here. I tried to step up to the plate. I took the bullets for everyone. I tried to tell Knicks Twitter and everyone to chill.
Yeah.
But all right, now we got to step up. Like, now I can't hold on any longer.
Meanwhile, in Minnesota, they ready to run Randall and Donte out of there. So he just can't make it up, man. Everybody's mad at something. They lost again tonight?
Bro, they were winning by like 11, and the Kings went on like a 26-6 run to end the game.
How many turnovers did Julius have in crunch time?
I don't know. I don't know how many, but I'm sure. He's had a few, and so they're also
They are going at them with the pitchforks, man. Timberwolves Twitter is upset right now.
I thought it was just he had 4 turnovers tonight.
Okay,
but
all right.
I thought it was just I thought Knicks Twitter was the only Twitter that's like savages and goes to show you.
Yeah,
ain't just the Knicks fans.
They always try to demonize us.
I mean, bro, I sent you some of those tweets that they talked about with Randall.
Yeah,
and they try to talk about us being disrespectful.
Yeah,
woo. They were saying some out of bounds things last night.
Well,
and that was last night, and they lost again tonight. So
can't blame me.
Check Wolves Twitter.
Blame Wolves Fan TV.
You can't say CP no more, right? CP
can't say it was me.
They can't tweet at you no more.
I tried to tell y'all, man. I tried to tell y'all what was going on.
You see, Mook, why you didn't accept our invite, Mook?
Yeah.
It could have been Mook right now. He could have been that guy, like, trying to get everyone straightened out.
Ah, man. Thanksgiving Eve. I ain't even pour up a drink, man. I was all flustered, man. I got to pour up a drink, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and JD on the ones and twos. Let's get to the key stats of the night, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Knicks did shoot 46% from the field after, an abysmal first half. They tried to make it a little bit respectable in the second, but 56% for the Mavs and then 51% for the Mavs from 3 compared to 24% for the Knicks from 3. And this is what I was saying, like, even from the Utah game, like, I don't know if I've seen a game all year where the Knicks are able to shoot this bad and overcome that and still win. And there may have been one victory. I mean, go through the box scores of the 10 wins. You won't find too many. They're very much a front-running team right now. So that's a concern. They did shoot 90% from the charity stripe. Okay, cool. Dallas 76. But you lose the rebounding battle by 10. That is not the Knicks way, man. This is, you lose Julius, you lose Mitch. They only had 33 rebounds tonight. 33. I'm used to the Knicks grabbing like 50 boards a night. Lose the assist battle 27-20. You figure that. 9 steals, 3 blocks, 9 turnovers for the Knicks. Okay, kept the turnovers down. Led to 11 Dallas points. Dallas turned it over 13 times, led to 19 Knicks points. Fast break, almost even, 16-18. They lose by 2. They did win the points in the paint battle 58-54, which was, I think a lot of that was in the second half. Like I said, I thought Brunson did a good job getting it popping in the paint there. Towns as well. And then largest lead for the Knicks, 2 at the opening tip. And then largest lead for the Mavs, 24, bro.
And you talked about the rebounds, letting off 10 offensive rebounds, to the Mavericks, and then points off turnovers. Mavericks had 19 points off Knicks turnovers. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I would say the rebounding, because the offensive rebounding with the Mavericks having 10 is sometimes an indicator of you not coming to play, some of the effort questions, and then shooting 24% from 3. At the end of the day, this is an offensive team right now.
Yeah,
and them going 7 for 29 from 3. A lot of continued struggles with Bridges offensively, and then the problem is with Bridges, struggling offensively, at least from the 3-point line, because he has been efficient from 2, but the shot selection wasn't there tonight from him. And then the 3-point line. Then when you have OG to compound that, you're going to have a tough night. So tonight, I think it is the symbol of needing defense, because you have a guy like OG have an off night that bad. You gotta get tough on the boards. You gotta get tough on the rebounds. You have to, eliminate second chance opportunities, and Knicks did not do that tonight.
That's why sometimes that playing small hurts you, man. Sometimes it does, man. As we said, tonight's key stats of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. And if you are a first-time DraftKings customer, bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly using our code KFTV. Support our sponsor using our code KFTV. Bet 5 and you get $200 in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-78-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Make sure you guys play responsibly. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. And remember, because someone emailed me said my code expired, the bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. So remember, you got to use it or else you're going to lose it 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. All right, let's take some more calls, and then we'll get to our Thanksgiving, man. You know, it's more important things going on in the world, man. It is what it is.
Facts.
Bounce back.
Facts. I gotta look forward to this Giants game. So let's go.
Oh my God! It's from one thing to the next. It's like I can't avoid it. What else are you gonna do at that time frame? I can't avoid it, man.
Jeez. It's like you know the result, but it's like, why did you have to do it on Thanksgiving?
You have to do it. You know,
I hate that I'm a diehard fan because it's like on one hand you could say, man, I'm not watching that, but then I know once tomorrow comes and it gets closer to game time,
I'm on it.
While the turkey's on the dinner table, I'm gonna creep in and be like, all right, let me get the remote. Let me just put it on the TV
on time. I'll be on time for this game. I'll be watching pregame.
People are calling me like, JD, come on, man, we're ready to eat, and I'm locked in watching a 30-5 game.
Third string versus second string.
I'm still watching.
Save our teams, man. Save our teams. While we watch, Soto probably leave and go to the Mets somewhere. Probably maybe the Red Sox sneak in. You know, there's always a sleeper team in this. Maybe it's the Red Sox. Someone's going to offer him $750. Now they're saying the Yankees are offering him some incentives. That never works out well. We want the cash, man. Boris is like, the incentives are cute, opt-outs and stuff. We want the cash, bro.
It might be looking bad if you're resorting to like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. It's like, seems like you might be behind in the race.
They're behind.
And trying to use some creativity. So hopefully that happens. But hey, I'll tell you this, as a Giant fan, you only got like about 6-7 games of this left. And then it's on to the Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders conversation. Because I think that's where the Giants are headed.
Hey, take a roll, man. Give me either one at this point, and let's see where it goes. All right, man. Let's get to the people. Too Cold T Cole on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Too Cold.
Yo,
how you
Mike
feel,
check 1 2 1 2.
Happy Thanksgiving, my guy.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm just so disappointed. I was so hyped to see us smack up the Nuggets the other day, and it was really promising to see us moving in the right direction. I hate seeing us drop these games. You know, I went on a cruise for my birthday, and I come back and I see us. We were on a good 4-game winning streak, and you know, I thought this was going to be a good week. I got a chance to see the locks for the first time. That's something I've been wanting to do since.
Congratulations,
I was a kid.
man. Those are my guys, man. Absolutely.
It was amazing.
Nice.
I met Jada.
Nice.
I took a picture with him and everything. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, my dad, he got a chance to see Phoenix. We beat Phoenix. So I'm thinking, you know, this month is looking really good.
Yeah.
We smack up the Nuggets and we lose to a Luka-less Mavs team.
Yeah.
And we let Quentin Grimes drop 21 points on us? What?
It's Grimes high,
It's ridiculous. I just don't understand. This team is soft right now. I don't know if we can fix that. Mitch coming back, I hope it can change things. Precious too, but we need more than that. Bridges really has to step it up. We gave up a lot for him. I'm still holding out hope, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Appreciate it, man. Well, the one thing is we're almost a quarter of the way through. So it's a lot of time, a lot of things should change. There's a lot of room for improvement. They just have to improve.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not giving up at all. It's still super, super early, but there's definitely some things we got to fix for sure.
Sure.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, man.
Peace.
You too, man.
Next 6 games, they better go 6-0, 5-1.
Who we got?
At Charlotte Friday. Watch him eat too much turkey and come out bricking at 12 o'clock.
And LaMelo's gonna be chucking, man.
Yeah, and LaMelo's gonna be chucking.
Firing.
You see LaMelo, he's skinny. It looked like he could probably eat all the dinners and turkeys and treats and whatever, and then he's gonna, he's young.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do nothing to him.
Yeah.
But you got Charlotte. You're at Charlotte on Friday. Then you have a day off Sunday home. Then you finally come home. Charlotte win. You could say that should be a win. Then you're home against the Pelicans. First game of a homestand. That should be a win. Then NBA Cup game on TNT against the Orlando Magic, who even with Paolo Banchero, I think they're like 9-1.
Magic playing well.
They're playing very well. But you could say, listen, you're the Knicks. Like, your expectations, you're at home, TNT, NBA Cup game, you're undefeated. Go win that game.
Yeah.
And then you got Charlotte again at home. You got the Pistons at home. And you're at Toronto before the Julius Randle versus Karl Anthony Towns game. So that's the 6 games. At Charlotte, and then home Pelicans, home Orlando, home Charlotte, home Pistons, at Toronto.
There you go, man.
Go 6-0.
Speaking of my guy, Too Cold, speaking of Quentin Grimes, he met with the media after the game. Here's what Quentin Grimes had to say about facing off against his old team. Here's Grimes. Here we go.
How much extra juice did you feel tonight against your old boys?
Nah, I really ain't had no extra juice for real. You know what I mean? It's kind of just how things work.
Hang on, let me get Grimes' volume up there. Grimes went home. He got that full Texas lingo going down. He went home. He got his bag, grew him a little mustache. Here's Quentin Grimes again. Here we go.
How much extra juice did you feel tonight against your old boys?
Nah, I really ain't had no extra juice for real. You know what I mean? It's kind of just how things work going out there. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with their scheme, their defense, offense, and everything like that. But it was good to kind of go out there and just get a good win under our belt for sure.
All right, he's lying. Nah, it's nothing, man. It's just another night at the office, man.
I don't know how many handshakes he gave Kyrie Irving tonight. Did you see that? It was like after every bucket he was giving, Kyrie Irving a handshake. It was after every corner three. He's looking at the Knicks bench. He's looking at Precious Achiuwa multiple times. It's like, nah, bro. This was players would never want to admit that.
Yeah.
But
Never.
And sometimes it's not even personal in a negative way that they want to just talk trash or something. But it's more like, it's your former team. You want to play well.
Yeah. And here he is. He gives some credit to Tibbs here. Here's Quentin Grimes after the game. Here we go.
Defending out there and kind of leaving no airspace and moving real quick, chasing guys off the ball. How much does that excite you to try to be that lockdown perimeter guy?
Yeah, it's big. Credit to Tibbs when I was in New York. He gave me a lot of those hard assignments early on in my career, and I feel like I was able to get a good understanding of how to guard all-stars, superstars, and just kind of what gets me going. I feel like even if you're not doing something offensively, defensively, that can get you going, get a rebound, push on the break. J Kid's big on whoever gets it can push it and make a play. So just on the defensive end, I can just get my energy going and get me going offensively as well.
He didn't even talk like Tibbs. Rebound. You know how Tibbs talk. Tibbs like, you can still impact the game. Go get a rebound. Get a steal. Get an assist. You can still impact the game.
Yeah.
Defense can get you. He
sounds like a guy that was well coached out here. I feel like this is going to be his landing spot. I hope it is. Great supporting cast. 2 superstars. Good defense. Doesn't have to do too much. And Kid really wants to work with him, man.
Telling you, it's a copycat league. They got PJ Watt. The defense is going to be important because even the Minnesota Timberwolves, Cat was the only weak link on that starting 5. Mike Conley is taking a step back this year, finally, but he has been a solid defender. He was elite at one point. He's more solid now. Edwards, elite, definitely in the playoffs. He goes to another notch. Jaden McDaniels, elite. Gobert, elite. Right? You look at the Timberwolves. You look at the Celtics. People are infatuated with their offense, but they don't realize a lot of those players are two-way players.
Two-way.
even Kristaps Porzingis, who controlled the rim against Dallas and was a big reason why that finals was a no match.
Yeah.
Right? And even the Dallas Mavericks, who even Luka stepped up his isolation defense. But guess what? You know how they were able to do that? Because they got P.J. Washington. And the Mavericks front office understood that that's not enough. We got to get more wings. Enter Marshall. Enter Grimes. They're trying to continue to add perimeter players, but guys that can play both sides of the basketball. And so it's going to be interesting. You look at OKC, another contender. Adding a rim protecting Hartenstein. They already got, Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso and Lou Dort. Like, this is the formula of a lot of teams, is that people are trying to stack up in the perimeter in terms of having two-way players, because when you have a team like the Celtics, it's a copycat league, and everybody else tries to get the personnel to ultimately defeat you.
Let's go to the phones. 913. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Kyle from Springfield.
How you feeling, bro?
Happy holidays, fellas. Happy holidays.
Likewise, man.
Yeah, watching this team, man, it's like you have a Thanksgiving dinner, then you get in the car with your wife and you say, yo, who made that macaroni and cheese, man? It's like something just missing from this team, man.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how many points we score, it just don't got that New York grimy
grit.
To it.
The grit is missing, man. It's missing.
It don't got it, man. And Mikal, I don't want to, we ride with this team. I'm not going to bash Mikal, but he don't got that disposition like his other dudes from Villanova. DiVincenzo, Brunson, and Hart, they got like a chip on their shoulder. I watched Mikal. He looked happy to be in New York. He just looked happy to be on the Knicks, man. He ain't locking in, man. I don't know what to say about that, dude. He's not locking in, man. I watch him play. It's just like, when I watch him play, he's not a bad defender. But like you said, he died. I'm ready to see, and I'm tired. I'm tired of Tibbs' trust issues, bro. Listen, every game we lose, the other team has some dude that you don't even know who he is. You're like, who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? They get some minutes out of him. They play hard, play good defense, get a few points, and we can't do that with all these. I think we got a talented bench. I think Bacombs.
You do. They combined for 11 points tonight.
Yeah, but Bacombs' defense is good. He's a good defender. I'm like, same thing with Porter. He's active. I mean, they raw, but they're live bodies. Sometimes we don't even look like we in it. We don't look like we came to play. The activity level is not high. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
they just be messing up.
All fair points, bro. All fair points, man. Call back anytime, man. Yeah, bro.
As long as Tibbs is the coach here, this town will never get over the minutes thing.
Yeah,
they'll never get over the play this guy, play that guy. It's like as long as he's here, it'll be every year, no matter what's the roster turnover.
Yeah.
It's going to be play the 9th, 10th, 11th guy, give it a shot. And we've been at this how many years now?
Yeah.
We think it's over. Every year when they make roster changes and we look at we think the fans are going to chill now because they're not going to talk about Huck Porty. They're not going to talk about him. Who's that? And then the season comes and it's like, yo, play him. Every team, like as he mentioned, we always find out about other teams' 10th, 11th guy. Who is that? The other teams never finds that out about the Knicks because we don't play them. So
yeah,
they
don't play.
They never find that out. But it's something that's just never gonna go away. But listen, the coach is gonna play the guys he trusts, and right now, and I even think now it's even worse because of the fact that we're inconsistent. He's gonna rely on his guys more. Like
the fact that these guys aren't playing defense, these other guys ain't coming in.
OG goes 0 of a million, and then you look at the box score. He played the most minutes on the team. He had 40 beans.
Yeah. Well, that last play, where they had a miss on one end, it came down, and Najee Marshall gets a dunk on the other end. He didn't even attempt to get back down on the court. He was he was cooked, slouched over, couldn't even move.
Funny thing is, we see it on TV. Tibbs don't see it. He's right there.
Yeah.
He's like, nah. Hey, you go get in shape. So, listen, man. They just have to bounce back now. Like I mentioned, 6 games. Go 5-1. Go 6-0.
All right, man. Couple more before we wrap. 310. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Be out loud and clear. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Okay, awesome. First time calling. This is Donte from Chinatown, the real white Donte in New York before DiVincenzo.
Salute, man. Salute.
In high school, they called me white boy. It's me, man.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Let me see. Okay. So campaign shoots like a Mortal Kombat move. That's awesome.
Nice.
Jericho Sims. We gotta lay off Sims, man. He's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've given Sims his props the last couple of games for sure.
You know, I think the people gotta lay off Sims. I see the guy. I see his face. He looks into the camera like, oh, everyone's gonna hate me for this one. You know, and I feel like he's like Hercules at the beginning of the cartoon. You remember that?
No. Next one.
So he just looks just like him. He bumbles around, but he's awesome. You know?
Okay.
You know, but yeah, with this team, I feel like we're actually fine. It's kind of like a Michael Corleone situation. You know, it's like you get flashes of how good we're going to look, but it's not going to be consistently awesome until we kind of get there. And, you know, so it's like, I guess OG was just on vacation after a great night. You know, It kind of seems that way. And then, you know, it's like, I don't expect us to hit those guys. Let's see, Deuce, OG, Hart, Precious, Mitch are all like great defenders. You know what I mean? You know, so it's like it's all up in the mix. And you know, just once it starts percolating, I don't worry about Bridges for too long. I think for whatever reason he's like a very pensive guy or something, and he's got a bug in his head.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but like we'll get through it. Here.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right, man. Have a good Thanksgiving, man. Call back anytime, man. 929. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
How you feel?
DJ.
CP, franchise. How you doing, man?
I'm
JP.
Good. I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yo,
about to get to Thanksgiving in a little bit.
Yeah. This is my opinion. There's ups and downs in everything, right? We got not a brand new team, but we got a brand new team. And we have to let them gel. We got to let it marinate. The game is early. Have we played 20 games?
Yeah, have not. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Bobby Bino from Coney Island.
Okay.
I talked to you guys last year when DJ was blacking on about some game we had lost. But remember, it's not just the team or the players or the coach. The refs have a lot to do with wins and losses.
My man talking BJ, CJ,
And
DJ. He's like, my man's all over the place. We gonna let him keep going. Let him keep going. Go ahead.
I don't even think he knows we're here.
But
yeah,
I have faith.
Okay.
You know, look at what we did 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. But you know,
we saw that?
We just not getting enough consistency, you know, out of the defense.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're playing your best and then the refs step on your toe, they throwing out banana peels, you know, and calling stupid fouls that don't really exist, it breaks the momentum.
Okay.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
This is what I see. This is not what I think. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
These guys, they've been dumping on New York for 25 years. Since Patrick days.
All right.
Patrick days.
All right, man.
I'm talking about the refs.
Yo, yeah. No, we got you, man. We got you, man. But appreciate the call, man. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, man. Definitely call back anytime. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree, CJ. We should call back anytime.
Call back anytime, man. Oh, man.
What do you think of that call, DJ? I mean, my bad. CJ, what do you think of that call, CJ?
Oh, man. Salute to CI, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Throw your cities in the chat, man. Wherever you guys are checking in from, throw your cities, throw your country, wherever you guys are repping from, man. Throw it in the chat, and we will shout you guys out for sure. And
somebody said, was that Bo Cheeks?
Was that Mochi? Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, that's a great segue, man, because I want to shout out another sponsor of tonight, man, and that is Skims, the official underwear partner of the NBA and the official underwear partner of KnicksFanTV. Shout out to our guys at Skims, man. Premium quality. Well, the boxer briefs are great, so they sent us a couple of boxer briefs to try. I like them. Good quality, stretch material. They don't ride up on you, so you can open them, ride your bike, you can work out, hike, whatever you want to do. Be active in it, and you don't have to worry about, having to pull the legs down and all of that. So shout out to our friends at Skims, and shop their menswear line, man. It's not all, underwear, boxers, and boxer briefs. They have tees and tanks. You have hoodies, sweatshirts, pajamas, socks, things of that nature. So go to skims.com and shop the men's collection. Black Friday's coming up. You got the holidays coming up, fellas or ladies that are listening, to get your significant other something. They're going to send you a post-purchase survey. And when they ask you how you heard about Skims, click on the podcast option. And then under that, click on KnicksFanTV, man. Tell them CP the Franchise and your good friends at KnicksFanTV sent you. Skims.com, the official underwear partner of the NBA.
Don't do that again, CP. My man said, that's a perfect segue. I just got it, bro.
That was the alley, man. That was the alley I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Barbara Carroll says there's women in here. Yeah, I pitched it to the men and the women. I don't know who's listening or who's watching. Last year I gave away, Christmas to a lot of people. This year I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to open it up and let you guys, take care of business there. Support our sponsors and support us. Yeah, it's a good segue there, man. We don't got to worry about chemistry like the Knicks. You just throw it off the glass. I got you, bro. No problem. Alex in the chat, what a segue. That's excellent segue, man. Excellent segue. All right, man. Let's wrap it up and get to Thanksgiving. Sayquizzy on the Discord. Go ahead and close us out tonight, man. Sayquizzy.
Yup, Gary.
Loud and clear. How you feel?
I ain't feeling too good. We lost, but happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Yeah, man. You too, man.
But the defense gotta wake up. Like, the defense looking bad. We looking like the Pacers right now.
Yeah.
All offense.
It's looking shaky.
No defense. Bringing in Akina could have went out there and dropped 15 or 20 the way we playing.
Yep.
Like, that got to get fixed. And then, like, the Bridges, he got to hit the weight room. Because I'm tired of, like, these point guards doing these pick and rolls. And then Cat got to help out. And then if he don't help out, it's either a floater or it's going to be a lob or it's going to be a rebound even if they miss. That got to get fixed. Because it's looking bad. Like, Dinwiddie, he had some, like, difficult shots, but at that moment, we was getting blown out. He had his confidence already. So every shot was going in for him. Because the way we playing defense, we giving these role players confidence, and then after that, the game is over.
Yeah.
We can't come back from 12 because we can't stop nobody, even when the offense is clicking. Like, if we can't stop nobody, we would never come back.
Finished.
And then OG. He had a career high with 40 points. Today, he had a career high falling on the ground. Because that man hit the ground every single play. I think
time.
The Mavs, the refs was throwing banana peels because he touched the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
But hopefully we bounce out these next games, and that's all I really got to say.
Yeah. All right, man. Hang in there, man. What you doing Thanksgiving, Sayquizzy, man? What's Sayquizzy's Thanksgiving plan, man?
Oh, I'm going to my girl house. She cooking.
There you go, man.
I'm going to invite my parents and all them, so
yeah,
we're going to have a big Thanksgiving.
You saying you just watching football and whatnot. You ain't in the kitchen with them.
Nah, I ain't in the kitchen.
Sayquizzy, your pimp hand is strong. I like that, man. There you go.
See y'all guys.
There you go. Sayquizzy on the Discord. All right, man. Shout out to him, man. He's keeping the hands free on Thanksgiving, man. Hey, get it how you live, man. JD, what you doing Thanksgiving, bro?
Man, just gonna hang out.
Yeah.
Fam,
Yeah.
Eat some grub. And you know what we do, man. We just watch sports and just continuing to be us, be diehard fans.
Yeah.
Try to balance sports with family time, and yeah, pretty much just trying to catch up with some family. Sometimes there's the opportunity to see a few people you don't see as often.
True.
And then you know how I end the night. Got to get some drinks in.
Then it's the Nightcrawler time. Let's go.
Let's see if I can make it on Friday.
Let's go. There it is, man. Well, great show, man. All things considered. Great show, all the mods. Great show, all the producers, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Tough night didn't go our way, but hey, tomorrow's another day, especially in this NBA. So can't hang your heads too low there. They got another game on Friday against Charlotte, and hopefully they can bounce back, get home 3-2 on the road trip. Shout out to Ray Matos, $5 super chat. He says, why does this team give up so many threes every year? Vincent Huang says, bit worried to see OG fall on the floor multiple times today. 0D this game. Hopefully they bounce back next game against the Hornets. Go Knicks. Salute to Vincent. Salute to Ray. Big Surge, shout out to Surge, man. He says, we lost a lot of physicality with JR, iHeart, and Devo. We don't bite. Word is out. We are soft. We have just having Mook on the bench keeps JB from taking shots. Yeah, they're soft. They are soft, man. Not gonna lie there. So certainly a concern. And as we talk about Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen, and you get into your Black Friday sales, hey, remember, man, shop.KnicksFanTV.com is your place to get your KFTV merch. You got the New York versus the World merch, your KFTV logo merch, the rally towels. We got new t-shirts in stock, new hats in stock. And use our code THANKS for 20% off your entire purchase. And that sale is going to be running from now until Monday. So you can go to shop.KnicksFanTV.com right now to get in on our Black Friday merch sale. So make sure you guys get in on that. 20% off using code THANKS at checkout. All right, man. We'll see you guys on Friday. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. If you guys want more KFTV, man, go dig back into the archives. We had a great conversation with Derek Harper just yesterday, and a ton of other content on KFTV, man. So just hit the channel and go through it, man. Videos, your special appearances, playlists, whatever it is that you into, man. Remember that this show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. And yeah, man, salute to the replay gang if you guys missed this one live. Have a happy Thanksgiving, however you celebrate it, however you whatever the day means to you. As JD said, make it a day to connect with your friends, your family, your loved ones, because you don't get those days back, man. So enjoy it, and we'll catch up on Friday, man, on the rebound. Peace.